Look at this Jamoke. Look at this clown in a freaking Jets jersey. Not only a Jets jersey, but a Brett Favre Jets jersey. Because they come back against one of the worst defenses in the NFL. Dude,
39-38, folks.
that was insane. That was an insane comeback.
Bears first round draft pick won today.
This Bears.
John Fitzgibbons did have the Jets.
I mean, they were down like 30-0, weren't they? It was
not that, but it wasn't good. It was 24-10 or 24 to something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But no, good comeback for the Jets. But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about the Bears post-game show. Not the greatest day. You and I have a disagreement as to some of the stuff.
Yeah, shocking.
Not a bad day. Not a good day, I should say, all the way around for the Bears. The defense wasn't great today. Some trouble with Snoop Huntley on the run. And I don't know. And people will say, and I saw this on social media, that they were preparing for Lamar Jackson, and they the Ravens cheated, and they said he was fully active, but he wasn't, so they were prepared for Lamar Jackson. Well, if you're prepared for Lamar Jackson, I don't know about you guys if you've seen Lamar Jackson in the last 4 or 5 years, but he runs the ball quite a bit.
Yeah,
and his legs are pretty damn good, and he's actually a more accurate passer than Snoop Huntley is.
Maybe the best in the history of the game, but whatever.
Yeah. So it's not because they were preparing for one quarterback and got the other quarterback. It had nothing to do with that. What happened was the Bears came in and they were ill prepared. It was exactly what I said heading into the game was if the offense comes out and doesn't suck, then they're going to be fine. But the offensive line, again, another bad day. Another bad day from Theo Benedict. 2 straight bad games. He had problems with Chase Young last week. He had problems this week. The offensive line
isn't great.
The offensive line.
Could there be a problem with the left tackle position?
Well, yeah. They should draft one. I've been saying it for years.
Oh, yeah.
The offensive line is a real problem. You have more of a problem with Caleb's day than I do. Because
can we stop the show?
Up until...
I'll give it to Fitz. Can we just frame this picture?
First of all, up until you and I were texting, and up until that last drive, he had completed 70% of his passes.
Thank you, Chauncey,
and had thrown for 241 yards.
Thank you,
Chauncey. He wasn't having a bad day. He wasn't having a terrible day. And then on that last drive, I mean, look, they get down to, and I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know. I mean, for him to get that ball off was insane. And then the catch was even more insane by DJ Moore. But then the unwillingness to go out of bounds by DJ Moore is questionable. And then the play calling inside of that 2-yard line was even more than questionable. I still think Caleb got in on that 3rd down play. I still think Caleb got in. And then 40 more seconds runs off the clock because the referees are trying to undo the pile. A play like that should automatically stop the clock and should automatically go over to review as much as a scoring play does. Because to me, that's a scoring play that needs to be reviewed. And I thought Caleb got in. But regardless, the Bears aren't winning that game anyway, right? It doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. The 4th quarter officiating was terrible. The drive that before the play before Caleb throws the interception, that false start call that backed him up to the goal line was a joke. He didn't even move, and you had even the announcer said, "I didn't even see him move." There was a case of he said, she said, and it's because they call the penalty because 4 guys stand up and point at the offensive lineman and say that he jumped, and he didn't even move. And then they throw the flag, but not until after the 4 guys jump up and say, "Oh, start pointing at him." it was a bad day all around. It was a
I said
poorly
it.
officiated game in the fourth quarter. It was a bad defensive game. It wasn't a horrible game from Caleb, but it was a bad offensive day all around. The offense did not gel. They couldn't run the ball. It was a good defensive game plan from Baltimore. Baltimore game plan. They schemed well. They were able to stop the run for the first time all year. The Bears offensive line could not do anything against this Baltimore Ravens team.
Yeah, I mean, defense was not very good. They had their moments, but not very good. The special teams was bad. The offense was really bad. I mean, I just don't see. I mean, they could run the ball still, which is a really good sign for longevity. But I mean, they were bad all around. Caleb Williams has an accuracy problem. I mean, I'll say it out loud. I think we should all say it out loud, and we should all start admitting it. 65% completion percentage. Yeah, okay. That's all right. But I mean, he missed some throws. I mean, he missed some throws, and don't tell me it's because of the offense or whatever you want to call it. I mean, these weren't really timing throws. He's missing like which shoulder to throw it on sometimes too. What to put on his throws. Like, this is a problem. I don't know if you could teach this. That's my problem with it.
There are times where he throws the ball and it is on target, where he puts balls in spots.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Guys miss throws in this league.
Richardson puts the ball on target sometimes. I mean, I just, it's just not enough. It's not enough for me. It isn't. And it's got to get better. And it's got to get better quickly, because I don't think that's something you can just teach. Hey, throw it more accurately now, please. I mean, I'm sure there's certain things. There was times where his feet weren't set and he's in the pocket and his feet aren't set. That's a problem. Like, that's a big problem at this point in his career. It just is. I mean, and it shows it for bad quarterbacks. I mean, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there is a problem with his accuracy. It is about as official as it gets. And that's going to be a problem moving forward. The offense was not good. You could not have field goals on those first two drives. You got to get a touchdown on one of those, maybe a touchdown on both. You got Colson Loveland, who's offsides again, who could be a complete bust at 10. You can't have a bad quarterback and a bad GM. You can't. You just can't in this league. You can't miss on this many picks, because then you're papering over with free agents on an offensive line who's got a guy at left tackle who is from Canada. I'm not from Canada. He played Canadian football. I don't know where he's from, but he played Canadian football. Like, that's a problem. You are not going to be a really good team. You need to have these contracts line up a little bit better with some rookie contracts. And guess what? If Caleb ends up being a good quarterback, you're probably not going to get a good season now with him. I'm not saying the season is over. It's far from over. That Bengals team has a problem. You're facing them next week. Looks like the Bengals might score 50 points on you. But the throws are not spread out enough. Too many roam. Annoying. Well, yeah, I mean, Rome did have a great game, though. It's hard not to throw it to a guy who's catching the ball. It was bad. Like I told you, all week, even when Lamar was out, I was saying I'm still taking the Ravens. And I thought maybe Rome has dropped some catchable balls this season. He had a drop today, at least one that I saw.
The one that he's diving down the side. I mean, yes, it's a tough degree of to catch the ball. It's a tough spot to be in when you're diving and you're catching it, but the ball hits him in his chest and he has it. He just doesn't finish the catch. There's some of that there too, and I don't disagree with you. There are some signs of inaccuracy issues with Caleb. There are, and I think some of that has to do with the not trusting the offensive line. Your internal clock is off. You're rushing your throws. You're doing something, because when he has the time and when he is poised in the pocket, he makes some passes, man. There were passes earlier in the season. There was a touchdown to Rome that got taken away by a bad penalty that was on a dime. There's been passes to all over the place. Like, I think his inaccuracy has shown up less than his accuracy has. I really do. And I think that sometimes we put too much onus on the quarterback in spots where it's not necessarily on the quarterback. You have, in order for a quarterback to be playing well, you have to be able to do everything well on the offense. You have to be able to run the ball. You have to be able to protect him in pass protection. You have to have guys that can hang on to the ball when they throw it to them. You look at all of these quarterbacks that have been put in these situations, quarterbacks that have been bad in places where they haven't had all of those things, and you put them in that situation, then you're looking at those guys and you're like, oh, these guys aren't good. And then they go to better situations. Daniel Jones right now, perfect example. He's on a team that can protect him on the line. He's on a team that can run the ball, and he's on a team that has a bunch of weapons that can catch the ball. And what is he doing? He is tearing up the league.
I don't know.
You have to be able to do all of these things.
He's getting okay protection this season. He is, and they have been able to run up the ball. Nick Johnson, somehow Ravens defense is out there the entire first quarter. Yeah, I thought that was the one good thing that happened with the 2 field goals, is that at least they had the Ravens defense out there, but they look fine. The Bears did look gassed. And it was especially at the end of the game, like you had the entire first quarter off. What is going on?
Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Kyler Gordon makes a huge difference on this defense. I don't care what people say. I know he has health issues, and I know this defense with Kyler Gordon looks vastly different than the defense without Kyler Gordon. The Kyler Gordon defense is a completely different defense, and I don't know why. I don't know what he's a hell of a player. I'll give you that. But it's not. They weren't passing the ball all over this Bears defense. They were running the ball all over.
They could have. Yeah, they could have.
Wow. They could not contain.
We knew it against a good offensive line that this defensive line is suspect. I mean, with a healthy secondary, that's the strength of this defense. Yeah, if you had Jalen Johnson out there, and you have a healthy Tyreek Stevens, and you have Kyler Gordon, you're all right. I don't know what's going on with Jaquan Brisker. I don't know if he'll ever be the same player again. But he wasn't exactly great today. I mean,
but he's been all right since he's been back, though. I mean, it's not like he's been. I mean, he had a stellar game last week and the week before that.
He is not
great weeks.
I wouldn't say great. I mean, he is not.
He had interceptions in both games.
He's not the same player. He got thrown the ball right too. He missed a lot. He missed some plays last week too.
Today he was not great.
He missed some plays against the Commanders. I don't know. But when you got those guys in the game, their secondary is okay. It's their defensive line that it's just suspect, man. I just don't see where. This is a different team when you don't have 4 turnovers. When your defense isn't getting 4 turnovers, this is a vastly different team.
Every team is
with that. Well, yes, exactly. And that's what I said the last 3 weeks, and I got yelled at for it on here. So I would like to at least talk for about 20 seconds about that, if that's okay with you. My name is on the show, is it not?
Sometimes. For this week.
Still 4-3, I'll take it. Oh, still 4-3, I'll take it. Shut up, Doubting Thomas. Shut up with your crap.
They just won 4 straight games heading into this game. I mean,
yeah, and they had 13 turnovers in that time period. I want them to win a game straight up. Then I'll start believing in this team. Then I'll start believing a little bit in this team. It's the same old problems over and over again that aren't getting fixed. The only thing that's gotten fixed is the running game.
But I don't want, I can never, especially in the National Football League, and we've talked about this a bunch of times, so you know how I feel about it. I don't care how they win as long as they win. We have this thing where when they lose a game, all of a sudden we're gonna blow up on Jaquan, we're gonna blow up on Caleb Williams, and we're gonna talk about it. It was a bad game. It really was, and I'm not making any excuses for it, but I'm also not gonna sit there and be like, oh, well, Cincinnati is going to destroy them next week. Why? Because they beat the Jets today and put up 39 on the Jets.
Didn't they lose to the Jets?
Yes, that's the thing. That's
beat-
what I'm saying. Like, this is not a team that you look at and you're like, oh my God, like they can't win this game. Even the Giants, look, Jackson Dart looks really good, but Cam Scadaboo's ankle fell off of his leg today.
Yeah, it did.
So that's going to be a blow for that team. This team has winnable games still on its schedule. We did not go into this season thinking that this team was going to be a juggernaut, but they've been better than what we thought that they were going to be over the last 4 weeks. And we have to give them credit for that. Despite some of the flaws and despite some of the deficiencies, this is still a much better coached football team. Yes, this was a bad game, and I don't deny it. And I agree with you in most of your points with the inaccuracies and with the, it's a different team with turnovers and all of that. Every team's a different team when they don't get turnovers, when they have a good defense like that. They lead the league in takeaways. I mean, would you rather them, if they win, would you rather them lose a game by 1 point without having any takeaways than to have them win a game by 10 with 3 takeaways? Is that what you need to see for this team to be good?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there was a canary in the coal mine here. Yes, Fitz jinxed us picking the Bears. Shut up. I mean, really, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there was a canary in the coal mine here where they're getting turnovers every week and they're not really getting points off them. They're getting like a field goal, like they're getting like 6 field goals a game. Like, that's a problem. That's what bad teams do. Not fair teams, not average teams. That's what bad teams do. Bad teams do. And they're a missed field goal or a blocked field goal away from maybe being 3-4 here. I mean, and then with the Commanders game, I mean, maybe I don't know. I just don't see. Maybe I don't see what you guys are seeing. I just don't.
Oh, so basically they're just 9 turnovers away from being winless.
You said what I thought I would see. This is about what I thought I would see this year. This is about what I thought I would see. I mean, I thought they'd be better in some areas. I thought this passing attack would be better right now with the tools they had. I hope that Colson Loveland would be a better tight end this year. Stop putting the comments up. Just stop. I thought Colson Loveland would be a better tight end this year. And I thought they would utilize their weapons a little bit better in the passing game. If they don't do that, if Caleb can't do that, that's a big problem. And I don't know why I can't sound the alarm that there's a big problem, that the first game they don't totally obliterate the turnover ratio, they lose badly. They were not in this game in the second half, folks. They were not. It was a 2-score game almost the entire second half against a team that was 1-6 with their backup quarterback in. And this team was 1-4 with their starting quarterback in. And you lost by 2 scores. You probably could have lost by more. You probably could have. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. They're not very good. They're not actually. I thought they might be a little bit better than this because I thought their passing attack would be better. And I thought their defense would be a little bit better. Other than the turnovers, this defense gives up a lot of yardage to some bad offenses, by the way. I mean, this Baltimore Ravens offense is not a juggernaut. You got Flowers running out there. Vince ain't wrong. Hate to say it. Jesus.
Oh, now you're okay with me putting the comments up?
I just think we may have a problem here, and it could be, it could last a while.
Yeah, we have a problem with a team that we only thought was going to win 8 or 9 games, man, and they're already halfway there. Like, I understand. Like, I get it. Like, we're going to look at this team week in and week out, and we're going to pick it apart. But this team is still an 8 to 9 win team. This is still the team that we thought that they were about going to be. We still have a quarterback that is still needs to develop. That still needs some coaching. He needs to have some things coached out of him. He needs an offensive line put together that can protect him, that he can trust his blind side.
His protection has been okay this season.
Was it good today?
No, it wasn't. And their pre-snap penalties are getting really bad.
And it wasn't good last week either. And they struggled last week too. He's been good on the days when they can protect him. He's been good on those.
Well,
days.
that's the same thing as the turnover rule. He's going to be good when they protect him. He's going to be okay. Even when they protected him, he hasn't been.
You don't protect him.
I need him to be.
Peyton Manning was terrible when you couldn't protect him. That was the book on Peyton Manning, was to get to him and hit him in the mouth, blitz the hell out of Peyton Manning.
You're talking about one of the most accurate quarterbacks ever. So I don't want to hear Peyton Manning out of your mouth.
It has to be because
have you seen a quarterback that wasn't accurate become accurate like this?
But he's not. You're saying, you're talking like he's Cam Ward, or like he's one of these quarterbacks that just isn't going to, Anthony Richardson, like one of these quarterbacks that you don't believe can throw a forward pass. He's not that. He's shown signs of being accurate when he's been protected. He is just like every other quarterback, where when he doesn't trust that his blind side is protected, he gets rattled. He doesn't throw the ball well. And I get it. I understand that. Yes, that has to be better. But that has to get better by the general manager going out and getting some offensive linemen that can protect his asset, which is his quarterback. I'm not putting all of it on Caleb. And I'm not saying that Caleb's not at fault for any of it. That's not what I'm saying. Caleb, yes, has his inaccuracy issues at times. But at times looks like he makes throws that only a handful of other quarterbacks can make. Something that you've said quite a few times about him this year already on passes that he's made.
I have said that, but the accuracy problem is not going away. There's a lot of throws where you shake your head at. There's a lot of throws that are caught that aren't thrown well. That aren't thrown, and people have said this before, that aren't throwing. Take those tightly hung pitchers down and put up a back. Oh no, the balcony Waldorf. Do they have any balconies in central Indiana, Jeremiah? Do you have a balcony on your goddamn trailer? Is there something wrong with being gay?
I mean, come on. I mean, what are we doing now, Doubting Thomas? Is that what we're doing?
Something wrong.
This is 2025, almost 2026.
Jesus.
I mean, God.
I'll bring this into the next century.
Unreal. I don't think we're going to make it to the next century. I don't think this broadcasting thing is going to work out for either one of us.
Jeremiah says, only corn in central Indiana. I live in a hive. That tracks.
So,
track. I mean, that's all I'm saying is that it's been the same problem since he first started in this league. It's been the same problem. Yes, quarterbacks don't play good when they get blitzed a lot. The really great ones do. Oh, I mean, there is some quarterbacks that play well when they're getting pressure.
Yeah.
They don't play great. No one plays great when they're getting pressure. But I mean, I gotta see more. I've got to see more.
I mean, he continues to perform well in obviously that's another thing we got to talk about. But he does continue to perform well in the fourth quarter in drives that they need him to perform well. He does find a way to get them into scoring position. Whether what happened today happened, but you watch him play and you watch the things that they're doing. Do you have any concern about Ben Johnson's play calling after the scripted plays are over?
Yeah, I do have a little concern.
Yeah, I think there's a problem there too, because they look lost after the script is done.
They do. I mean, I don't think he knows this team as well as I thought he might have known them. Maybe after the Raiders game or somewhere in there, after you had the Cowboys Raiders game, both those games, and you thought, oh, he's starting to get this team a little bit. I still don't think he understands the tendencies of some of these receivers. He does not understand his tight ends. I mean, that is for sure. He has no idea what to do with these two guys. And man, if Colson Loveland's bad, that really sets you back. I'm not saying he is. Once again, I know he's only 7 games in and he's been hurt. He just makes a lot of bonehead mistakes, and I don't see him open a lot. I mean, I'm going to look at the all-22 this week for sure, because I need to see more of what's going on here. Because, I mean, the offense was bad against a bad defense. They were pretty bad.
Yeah.
They had some opportunities in this game.
This is another bad call. You know, we need to tell our receivers to grab the defender's face mask, turn them in the opposite direction more. That was a brutal missed call on the Ravens on that drive. I mean, that extends the drive. It would have been 4th down, and it would have pushed them back. And you can't miss calls like that. I mean, it was a clear as the play happened. You could ask Michelle, because I started screaming, "Where's the flag?" Yeah, it's a clear push off. Where's the flag? And if I'm seeing that on TV, how are you not seeing that on the field standing right in front of the play? There's the referee 5 yards away. How do you not see that he extends both arms? Not only does he push off, but then he grabs the face mask and twists it around to get him off of him. It's illegal hands to the face. It's defensive pass interference. It's offensive holding. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing on that play? Bad calls for sure, but I won't dwell on the bad calls, because I don't think that cost them this game. The Bears lost this game.
Yeah,
and it's on the Bears. They were bad in all facets. The Bears defense was not great today, but it did kind of hold its own up until that drive right there that extended the lead. I mean, they had made plays to keep this game close, to keep this team in this game. And then stuff like that starts happening, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? So this defense, it wasn't great today, but it wasn't horrible. But it was it did look vastly different without Kyler Gordon in there to help them stop the run.
And Tyreek Stevenson being out, I didn't help. But this defensive line was pretty bad today. There just wasn't a lot of answers against a quarterback who isn't great, who has a lot of the same characteristics as Lamar Jackson. I mean, I don't know what that whole thing is. We were preparing for Lamar Jackson. That's so stupid. And
it's crazy.
It's hard losing a game and being bad in all phases. I mean, I really think they were bad. They even had that punt that landed at the 2, and then they had the penalty, and it ended up being at the 23 or the 22, whatever it was. That was bad because they had to re-kick it. I mean, and the missed field goal. It's just... There's just some problems on this team. What scares me is that there's some problems that don't get fixed by next year. Yeah. That all this stuff where they keep hinting at, after a year in the system, Ben Johnson's going to know what to do. It's like, okay, that as a left tackle who's up to speed, who's great at the game, who can play, that you should have already had that figured out in this area where Caleb Williams is a rookie and maybe has a rough year, whatever. You should have already had that figured out where you had a left tackle. You should have had something figured out at defensive end, which you don't. You should have.
You can only play as a coach. You can only figure it out with what's on your roster.
Well, yeah, I understand that. I understand that as a coach, but I'm just saying in the background as a GM, you have the GM, you have the quarterback, and you have the coach. Those are the. I think those are probably the 3 most important pieces to an organization. Right? Wrong? You can't have. Right. You can have one of those kind of wrong, I guess. The GM could be okay. The coach can be good. The receiver, the quarterback can be good. You can't have 2 out of those 3 be really bad. I mean, you just can't. Ben Johnson is not going to be able to paper over that. He's not. And if Caleb Williams is okay and your GM is terrible, you're not going to be good for a long time. Buckle up. I'll see you when we're in our 50s, Combs. If we make it there, I don't think we're going to make it there, though, buddy.
Yeah, it's.
Which
I
game
mean,
are you watching, by the way? Because
I
we're
just
doing
watched.
a show right now.
I'm listening to you, but I just watched Spencer Rattler throw a ball directly into the hands of a defensive end for a pick 6 off of the 2-yard line and get like just absolutely bowled over as he tried to make the tackle. At least we don't have Spencer Rattler.
Okay, we have a conspiracy theorist here.
Who's deleting my comments?
Who's deleting my comments?
We are the only one that has access, and I'm clearly too busy watching football to delete anybody's comments. And I mean, unless Rye just has it out for you, I don't think anyone's
not deleting his comments.
Maybe you're
fine.
maybe
Watch
you're getting banned.
what he's doing. The coach is doing his job. Okay.
I think
he had some questionable play calls today. And I do agree with you. When he gets out of those scripted plays, it gets a little wonky.
Yeah, it does. And I don't that drive there at the end kind of it's so jumbled. And I understand you don't have any timeouts you left. And because I understand what they were doing with the timeouts earlier before the 2-minute warning. I get it. But you have to be in your quarterback's headset. I mean, you have until 15 seconds. Like you've got, hey, real quick, hey, get together, get your shit together. Let's go here. We've got to go. What are we doing here? That play that Caleb, instead of spiking the ball, decided to try to sneak it into the end zone. I know it would have brought up 4th down and goal, but at least you would have had a chance to set and call a play. You didn't do that, and those are the things that need to be better. You need to be better after the script, the first 15, after the first 15 is done, because they run those great. I mean, the offense looks really good, like a well-oiled machine. You get out of those scripted 15, man, and it's like, what are we looking at? And so that has to get better. And I think Ben Johnson would even tell you that it would have to be better.
John's calling HR. John, get the number. You got a pen? 1-800 grinder. There you go. There you go. Who's HR? It's got to be one of us.
I nominate Doubting Thomas.
Yeah, he'll take those calls.
Yeah, Doubting Thomas is the complaint department. So if anybody in the chat has any issues, you call Doubting Thomas. If you don't have his number,
sure.
You text me, and if you don't have my number, just let me know. I'll put Doubting Thomas's number on a scrolling ticker on the bottom
for the rest of our shows, for all time.
Yeah, that's actually going to be our call-in line from now on. It's going to be Doubting Thomas's number. You got a question? Call this number.
Yep.
Yeah, and then he could put it in the chat. Megan says mine don't get deleted; they just don't get shown. Well, I just proved you wrong, Megan.
So
and I proved you wrong earlier because I pulled yours up and your brother told me to stop showing them.
So another season now, and you keep showing them anyway. So another season now, we're going to say probably not playoffs. We're after 8 and 9, they're 8 and 9, they're not going to the playoffs.
I'm saying the same thing that I've said.
After
even
8 and 9, they're not going to the playoffs, and we're going to have another year where the Bears go to the playoffs. We're going to have another year, and we're going to be fine with it because next year, Benny is going to have everything figured out. He's going to figure it out for everybody. It's not going to matter that they don't have an offensive line, they don't have a defensive line, and they probably don't have a great quarterback. None of that matters. Benny's going to figure it out next year. And then when it doesn't work out next year, we're going to say next year. We can go back, if you want, to 2022 saying, oh, next year they're going to be good. We can go back to last year where we go, oh, Ben Johnson, he's coming. They're going to be good. Or
I would just like to show you the date of Thanksgiving this year, Thursday, November 27th, which we have not yet reached that mark yet. But we could probably go back about 3 weeks ago, even after the Bears had won, and I said, I'm reserving my judgment for this team until Thanksgiving. And I'm still sticking by that because I'm reserving my judgment for this team until Thanksgiving. I don't know if they're a playoff team yet. I don't know how many games I think that this team can. Yes,
we
8 to 9 wins is
okay.
because they're already
All right,
halfway there.
No, that's fine. We just won't do a show until Thanksgiving then. Cool.
No, we could do plenty of shows. You can do plenty. You can do plenty of shows, plenty of content. You can talk about the Bears all you want, and we can talk about this team.
Let's talk about other teams then.
This team is good. This team isn't bad. This team isn't great. This team is mid. Exactly what they've been throughout the first 7 weeks of the season. 8 weeks now. 7 games that they've actually played. That's what this team is. It's a mid team, and that's exactly what we thought they were going to be at 8-9 or 9-8.
Team right now, the Chicago Bears or the Miami Dolphins.
The Bears. God, stop it.
Miami Dolphins won 34-10 today against the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta.
Are you really going to go there? Really? Against an Atlanta Falcons team that's been inconsistent their entire season.
I can ask questions.
Okay, the Bears by 100 if they play Miami right now.
Good for Combs. Take the long view. This guy. He's on both sides. He's playing both sides. He's a double agent. Go on. What did you say?
The Bears all day, every day against Miami. Next team that you think might be better than the Bears. Go ahead.
I don't know if the Bears
are better than the Jets. Bears are better than the Saints. They've already beat them. Bears are better than the Raiders. They've already beat them.
Better than the Titans.
They're better than the Titans. They're trying to pull teams off the top of my head. They're better than God, I'm trying to think. They're better than the Jaguars right now. They're better than the Cardinals right now. They're better than the Panthers right now. They're better than the Lions right now. I think they're better than
the Dolphins won the last 2 out of the last 3
right now. They're better than the Commanders right now. They're better than the Giants right now.
Are they better than the Panthers? Are they better than the Panthers?
They're better than the Panthers right now. The Panthers got beat by 45 today against the Bills team that I expected them to lose by 45 today. That team, the same thing with the Falcons. The Falcons are so inconsistent. When I put my rundown together today for the NFL pregame show that I do on BetMGM, my question underneath the tab of that game was, can the Dolphins actually beat an inconsistent Falcons team? Because they're so inconsistent. This Falcons team is not very good. They're not. They got Bijan Robinson, and when he goes off, they're a good team. But he's got to go off in order for that to happen.
They won.
Yeah, they're a mid team. They're a top 15 team right now. I mean,
Brian's still standing, like I said. Really mad or can't sit down? What do you think? The jersey comes with discomfort, some kind of discomfort. We're not going to talk about what kind.
The fact that you're even wearing it makes me kind of want to punch you in the throat a little bit.
So it sounds like you're taking them against the Bengals next week.
Yeah.
So we can cancel the show next week.
I will definitely take them over the Bengals next week. Why do you want to cancel the show so bad? Especially next week, since we got a special appearance that we're going to.
We do have a special appearance next week.
We will be doing the show on location next week. We will not disclose the location because there are some people we don't want showing up. Unfortunately, though, Ryan will still be there with his. You got to wear that jersey next week.
He's putting 2 comments in now because he's insane. What do you want me to do?
And now that you're standing up, they're not even straight. Like, why are they at an angle?
It isn't straight. I had a 7-year-old here this weekend, you jerk.
That's fair.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see what
We will.
happens.
I mean,
No.
but that's all we can do with this team. That's what I've been getting at. Is like by Thanksgiving, we'll know what this team is. I mean, that's the next 3
No,
weeks.
we'll get to Thanksgiving, and we've done this before. We get to the year, and you go, oh, if they're bad again, if they're this again, I'm gonna be pissed. And then we get there, we're turning into an old married couple, really. When we get there,
I won't get pissed.
that time. When we get to that time, and it's like, oh no, I'm gonna need more time.
The only way I get pissed off about
It's
this
not
team
that bad.
is if they are only a 6-win team. Then I'll be pissed off about this team. But this team, I have a hard time believing they're only going to win 2 more games the rest of the year. I mean, it's just not. You know what I mean? Like this is still. I still believe this team is about a 500 or just over or just under 500 team. That's what this team is. Now, if they go out next week, they beat the Bengals and then they beat the Giants, and you're looking at this team completely differently. Like I mean, at 6-3 as opposed to 4-3, like it's one of those things where it's by Thanksgiving. I will give you my definite opinion on how I feel about this team this year. And how I
Bengals,
feel about them moving forward.
Bengals, Giants, Vikings, not very good. Steelers, Eagles, Packers.
What do you want me to tell you how many I think they should win in that? Is that what you're asking me? They should beat the Bengals next week. They should beat the Giants. They should beat the Vikings. They'll lose to the Eagles. They'll lose to the Steelers. And my hope is that they beat the Packers.
And
my hope is that by the time they get to that Packers game, they're
7-5. And then they go 8-5 against the Browns. They're 9-5 then. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
You don't think that
never be 9-5.
Okay. I mean, you don't think they should beat the Bengals next week?
No, I don't think they'll beat the Bengals next week. No.
You don't think they'll beat the Giants?
No, with this alien, with probably the best or one of the best receiver tandems in the league. This defense,
the Giants. You know that their receiving core is depleted, right, with injury.
I think they could beat the Giants, yes, and I think they can actually beat the Vikings. I think they lose to the Bengals, Steelers, Eagles, and I hate to say it because Julianne's listening, but I don't see them beating the Packers.
So you have them at 6-9, and then if they beat the Browns 7-9, then they get the Packers, Niners, and Lions to close the season. You have them at one more win in those 3 games?
7-10.
So you have them winning 2 of the next 3 and then losing out. That's a 7-game losing streak to end the season. Is where you have the Bears.
I haven't beaten the Browns. How is that a 7-game losing streak to end the season? I haven't beaten the Browns. The Browns they play on December 14th. Is there 7 games?
Okay, so
after
you have
that?
them losing.
Are they
have them losing
March now? What do you
have them losing to the Steelers,
you
Eagles, Packers?
All
right, so you have them losing 6 of the last 7. Sorry, not 7 straight, but 6 of the last 7 is what you have. If they're 7-10, because you have them winning 2 of the next 3 and then beating the Browns.
I want to wait till Thanksgiving so I can get everything right. Make any judgments. I want to wait for most of the season to be over so I can pick what the team is. That's just my prediction now. Yeah, 7-10. I'm becoming more of a Combs fan every week. We started the show off before I started deleting some of John's comments. We started the show off with touting Thomas saying he agrees with me. You got blown out by a 1-6 team. Like, what do you want me to say? Everything's good. You narrowly beat teams that you were out. You had 4 turnovers a game for 3 games, and you won by a total of like 14 points. Like, what? I mean, what am I not getting here?
I mean, I think there's a lot of things that you don't get, but Here, I don't know.
I am going 8-9 this season. Saying they're going 7-10 is not like some bold choice. You had them going 8-9, maybe 9-8. I don't know. Maybe they win 8 games, maybe 9. Let me wait until Thanksgiving, until the end of the season.
I said 8, 9, 9, and 8. What is? I mean, what? I said they might win a game that I didn't expect them to.
Let's wait till almost December. You know what? I'm not going to pick how the White Sox going to do next season. Give me till October. And I'll tell you how the White Sox are going to do next season. Give me till October.
First of all, I picked a record for the Bears.
I'll pick who's going to win the World Series in a couple of weeks. Ask me in a couple of weeks.
You're an idiot. There were some surprises other than the Bears losing today. There were some surprises in the NFL.
There was.
You had the Miami Dolphins 34-10 over the Falcons.
Who you said are better than the Bears.
I did not say either one of those teams are better than the Bears. Nice try, though. The Jets scoring 23 points in the fourth quarter to win 39-38.
Who's their quarterback?
Justin Fields, who threw for less yards today than Caleb Williams in the same amount of touchdowns. Just so you know.
How many interceptions?
I don't know. I didn't.
He had 0.
Okay. Well,
okay.
Congratulations.
How many did Caleb have?
Congratulations. 1. Do you really want to go there?
No, I don't. I don't. No, thank you.
You had the other one was the Texans for me anyway. It was the Texans over the 49ers and in convincing fashion, 26-15. They led this game the whole way. They were up 16-0. Yeah,
I can't. I don't know what happened to the Niners in that game.
A tough game for the Niners. I mean, Mac Jones was little less than stellar today. 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception, 193 yards. Once this team actually gets Brock Purdy back from the turf toe injury that he has, they'll be fine. And I mean, now they're 5-3. I mean, it's not like they're losing their shirts, but this team will be fine. But yeah, those are some of the surprises. Broncos up right now 14-3 on the Cowboys.
Your Cowboys.
My Cowboys. Okay.
You had the Cowboys today.
I did have the Cowboys today. Game ain't over. Colts are up 10-7 on the Titans, and the Buccaneers are up 7-0 on the Saints.
And the Packers already lost to the Steelers. They forfeited. Sorry.
Packers play the Steelers later on tonight. That should be a good game. I'm actually interested in watching that game.
Me too. I'll watch most of it.
Yeah, I want to. Like I said, Jordan Love plays really well on Sunday Night Football. Really, really
just keep saying
numbers on Sunday Night Football. But I mean, Aaron Rodgers looked really good over the last couple of weeks, man. He really has, and so I think that this could be a good game. Could be a fun game to watch tonight.
I love this season. You really don't know what's going to happen week to week. You really don't. Yeah. I mean, are we gonna? I mean, I'm gonna need to go. I don't know. I don't think I can admit the Colts are the best team in the league just yet. I don't think I can admit that. Sorry, I can't. Julianne also says I'm going to hate my life for those 3 hours. Dude, Packers. This is what I didn't understand. Packers fans really still like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, even the best impressions of this guy have been like, he's okay.
You know what's funny is I've been listening. So I do with Ryan Horvath.
But go on.
Well, Ryan Horvath, who does the show BetMGM Tonight, he's a Packer fan, and I do the show with him nightly. I talk to him all day. Great dude. Hates Matt LaFleur. And then on my way home every night, there is a show on 670 The Score that they pick up from Infinity Sports, which is with a guy out of Wisconsin who is also a Packer fan who also hates Matt LaFleur. They both want Matt LaFleur to be fired. They think he is they think he coaches like he's scared. He coaches. The exact words that Ryan used were he coaches not to lose as opposed to coaching to win. and that's a problem. Now, I think Matt LaFleur is one of the better coaches in the league, but I kind of see their point too, especially with that game against Dallas. That tie against Dallas was a brutally coached game by LaFleur.
Yeah. 4-1-1. He coaches soft. Even a Packer fan is saying it.
Not us agreeing again.
Unbelievable.
Oh. All right, man. You ready to get out of here?
Yes.
With the Bears now. It's only been an hour.
I have a hemorrhoid problem. I have to attend to.
You should probably take that jersey off. That's probably what's causing it.
I'm a little warm.
Yeah. I bet you are. Anyway.
Let's wait till Thanksgiving. I can't decide if I'm warm yet. I have to wait till Thanksgiving.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
And this misery.
Play, you son of a bitch.
All right. Let's get out of here. Let's have a good night. Everybody enjoy the rest of football on your Sunday. We will be back with you next Sunday at 11 o'clock from a destination unknown. When we will
spooky.
We can't tell everybody.
Special Halloween.
Everybody that it'd be packed and be hot. So we're not doing all that. All right. We will get out of here. Next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies. Have a good one.